cards for me, just make sure they're clearable data. The other, I have other ones in the bar and
The
stuff.
group readings here.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you did, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you my thing. He's got a portal, it's right there.
Wait, we have you two on camera, come over here.
We'll come over where?
Come over here.
I'll sit down. Hey, well, look what I wear for a shirt, huh?
I saw that.
Is that cool? Lord goes, no, you can't wear it. I go, yes, I can. Stop.
All right. Are we recording, Zach?
Yeah, it's recording.
Good.
Just want to make sure it's.
Just center it on the thing.
Should I get my guy down?
Thank you. And then you're free to go. And I'm really sure I have downstairs.
I want to set this one up next to
Zach, can you run downstairs in the
what the hell am I breaking?
card room? Don't worry, it's an open case, there's a yellow.
So that hasn't changed, did it?
What's that wood for?
To the bottom of the chair, right here, where it meets? It meets
No.
right here, underneath here.
No, nothing.
Goes like that.
No, Tony,
See, it's
that's
part
fine,
of
just put it over here.
Yeah, I'll put it right here.
Oh, this French is pretty old, that's why it's in here,
There you go.
to give us the ambiance of,
You gotta have the effect.
Okay, I have the three of
and then we're
them.
gonna, right? Is this on or off?
It was off.
Right? This is where Chris said the portal is.
Okay, so,
Okay. That was weird.
that was weird. Was that supposed to happen?
Well, it's a text motion. So that's why I put it, why you said that the.
Okay, so
the
right
was.
there is where, so that light wasn't there. George had a camera, and after the seance, you had.
I had the video cameras in here, they kept
He had-
getting screwed up.
he had the video camera, and so I went home, you went with other people, Mrs. Cash and all them, and did a tour, you came in here, you felt the chill, you felt the,
That was the night, you were here for that, right? When, what was his name?
Frank.
Frank, exactly,
Right,
yes.
we had the group in here and it came right between us.
Exactly.
Yes, and he has the recording that says.
Yes.
He felt us, or he
Right.
felt me.
Do we have that? Is that something I can get? Can he get me, can you ask him for a copy of that?
Unfortunately, he's had, a few strokes
Yeah.
and, heart attacks. But
Who would have access to his data?
that was my
Yeah.
fault, but, I can ask him if he can dig that up.
Because that was such an unbelievable mess.
That was super.
That was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, we were all just here, no one's saying a word, and then we feel the cold column of air.
Was it right there?
It was, yeah, it was right, we were all right
Yeah.
here, we were all standing right here,
I
exactly.
knew it was there.
Yeah, we were all right here, and then he goes, oh, because we all felt it, and he goes, okay, we can feel you. And he goes, can you say something? We know you're here. And he's the only one talking, and then you hear clear as day, they can feel us.
Yeah.
And it was clear, clear. Clear, there's no, and no one said it, and had I not been here, I would've been like, no, someone said that,
And
obviously.
the temperature dropped a little, right? You got a little.
Oh, yeah, no, it was like freezing, yeah. It was like going to like a meat locker. It was just a
You
cold
think it's
column of
like-
air.
Okay, so I know why it's right there. Now I'll pick up. So after that, I went home. So you did that around, I don't know, 11 o'clock, something like
Yeah,
that.
like midnight.
So 1:30 in the morning, I remember this, because I got up and I go, oh, it's 1:30. So I said, shit, I'm gonna go check George's camera. So I logged in, and obviously the camera was there.
That is really bizarre. It's not supposed to be doing that.
Shit.
That,
Okay, so where that light is, okay,
George,
there was a light.
it's not supposed to be doing that.
I can see.
Okay.
That's a motion detector, so
And-
what's moving?
And there was this ball of light, bright. So I said, what the fuck, George, why, if you wanted me to see something, why the hell did you leave the light on? Because it was so bright, it was like, you know, on a screen, it like broke, like made the thing bright. So I called George in the morning, and I go, hey George, I turned on your webpage. I go, why'd you leave the light in the window? I go, I couldn't see shit. He goes, I didn't leave no light in. So I came over, and he goes, we met him at the Windmill, and he came in here, and I said, and he turned to me, he goes, where was it? And I go, it was right there.
Yeah, let me see it. That's it, that's a thermal heat detector. Is there a battery in it?
Oh, where?
Oh, thank you. Can you, store, oh, shit. Did you put an SD card in here?
No.
Yes. Hold on, can you figure out what kind of storage card goes in here and put a storage card in here? Zach? my,
Why does it only go on? Look, if I hit it, put it in the ceiling.
Yes.
If I aim it at his portal.
I didn't put one in there. I've never used that.
Look, if I aim it at the ceiling, nothing.
Yeah,
I put it back to where he had it. It goes on constantly.
So it was about the size of that area right there,
yeah.
and it was
Where that
quiet.
machine keeps on going off.
When and so I said, well shit, I watched it like 10 minutes, I figured, what the hell. So when I came back the next morning, I said to George, and he goes, where was it? I said, well, it was right here. That thing wasn't there. There was nothing here because Justin had moved everything, and it wasn't there. There was nothing there. And I said, that's where it was. And he goes, that's where we heard the...
That's exactly what it was, yeah.
And so I wouldn't have known that because I wasn't here. But I could see it. It was not like a war.
You wanna bring that over, put it over here?
It was like a light like in a movie, and it was like brighting out from it. Like flaring out.
Obviously, it's too close to whatever.
And that's the key.
I'm not sure if it's,
What's going on?
I think there's something here. Are you feeling
What the
something?
heck is
I
going on?
just told Lori to bring the Geiger counter. Is this thing, did he tell you straight about the message?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Was that crazy?
He pointed over here to him.
So it took the flashlight and it started doing with the Geiger counter, coordinating the two.
Look.
And I have the video here. It's
Yeah.
impossible to do that.
Right.
There's no way a Geiger counter
That's absolutely amazing.
could be in the same thing. And George goes, it's going off and it's going off. And I realized, I was in Scouts, and I realized it was Morse code. But I didn't remember it enough to say what it is. And then you found a Navy guy, and the Navy guy
I remember that.
translated it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it had this message, and it said, we're here. And so that's why I turned to him and I go, that's a portal. Now they can get through, but he can't get in.
Right.
They're coming through, so he has to open it on this side. It's like a key. So to do it, there's got to be either a frequency, a magnetic pulse, something that will open that up, because they can come in here. But he can't, the two dimensions aren't connecting.
It's right where he says the portal is.
That's where the light was. It was right there.
is that me?
Yeah. That part is you, yes.
No.
They might be banging what
You have
that.
to just pull the trigger now. This is test, like pull the trigger. Alright, you just tap it. Just tap.
Okay, Chris,
Tap the trigger.
tap the trigger. How do I record?
It's not, it's just photos, it doesn't record.
Oh, it's just photos?
Yeah, but I'll show you how to take the photo. Hit the trigger.
Hit the trigger?
And then it's yes,
Sure.
the green for yes, and then the orange for no, and then this will reset.
Oh, interesting.
That one doesn't do video.
No, it doesn't. Just pictures.
No.
Let's put my Geiger counter. So we'll see if it goes off.
Look.
This thing was going crazy, but here's the thing, it was making a mess. So it wasn't going like, it was radiation, it was making a mess. Remember the light?
The green for yes, and then the orange for no, and then this will reset.
Oh, interesting.
That one doesn't do video.
No, it doesn't. Just pictures.
No.
Let's put my Geiger counter. So we'll see if it goes off.
Look.
This thing was going crazy, but here's the thing, it was making a mess. So it wasn't going like, it was radiation, it was making a mess. Remember the light?
Green for yes, and then the orange for no, and then this will reset.
Oh, interesting.
That one doesn't do video.
No, it doesn't. Just pictures.
No.
Let's put my Geiger counter. So we'll see if it goes off.
Look.
This thing was going crazy, but here's the thing, it was making a mess. So it wasn't going like, it was radiation, it was making a mess. Remember the light?
Green for yes, and the orange for no, and then this will reset.
Oh, interesting.
That one doesn't do video.
No.
Oh.
goes off. This thing was all crazy, but his thing was making a mess. It wasn't all like radiation. It was making a mess around the light. So see if it goes off. This thing was all crazy, but his thing was making a mess. It wasn't all like radiation. It was making a mess around the light. So see if it goes off. This thing was all crazy, but his thing was making a mess. It wasn't all like radiation. It was making a mess around the light.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yes.
And it happened right around
But
this
that doesn't
time.
even make any, I mean, if there was some, look, it's not me.
Hold on.
Wait, is it,
He was getting the shadow.
It's getting a shadow.
I'm over here, okay, I'm gonna say down low, nothing. Okay, now,
See if you point it at a certain angle over there.
But to open it, you need a key. And that's gonna be a problem, because you need a physicist to open that. And I think it's magnetic something, that's the only thing that makes sense, they could open it up. And not have the control of the Geiger counter. That's crazy. How can they have control of the Geiger counter? They're sending a message using the Geiger counter. Geiger counter is based on radiation.
Right.
So how can they control it and the flashlight at the same time? Like, I get the film right here, I'll get it for you.
Please.
I couldn't believe we were sitting there and George said, I don't know what's gonna happen.
That was out in the, in your kitchen, wasn't it?
what?
With the Geiger counter, was that in your kitchen?
That was a different one.
This is a different one, this is here.
This is bizarre.
Yes, it is.
That doesn't make any sense, what the hell would be doing that? You see that? I just changed the angle from where that
Yeah.
spot is.
I wonder if this has something to do with it.
An old steel motor? And one lung? Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not reflecting anything.
No, it's not reflecting anything, but
It sets something.
there could be something with it. Can you make that music box go off again, please? Can you try and do that?
You want to, here, try a couple photos. You just hit the trigger to snap a photo. You see it's all blue, and then if like you point it at Chris's head, then you'll see all the thermal imagery.
And you, when I was shooting on the wall, as you were, did you notice the different spots of the deeper blue, the lighter blues?
Yeah. Let's try this again. What the hell is it? I don't understand what this could be. That makes no sense.
It's you on the other
That's
side.
exactly what the thing is that was.
But it's you on the other side, that's what it has to be. Who else would know to do that?
I
Only
don't
you
know.
in another dimension.
That
There you
makes,
go.
that makes sense.
He would know. George, you
Okay.
told him the thing about Zach, right? How you knew what to do?
No, I got there with
Yes.
appointments from Deliver, yeah.
Yeah.
So the reality is there's another him in another dimension, like a plane, and it knows to communicate. The problem is George can't communicate really with it until he opens that up.
Right.
But it's right there, there's no doubt. You should have seen it. It looked like, almost like a Star Trek. It had like a light, but it was shining out. And I go, why the hell would George leave a light on in there? It didn't make sense. And then I said, nah. And then when I came here, I realized, I go, oh no shit. And then that night I brought the Geiger counter, and that flashlight was going off with the Geiger counter. I said, there's no way. Those are two different, think about it.
Frequencies, they're
Totally different. One is reading
Yeah,
radioactivity, and one is a flashlight set off by a battery, which is
Yeah.
juice. So how the hell could the two coordinate to do that? That's the problem that I don't understand. But it knows because you know flashlights, George. So that's why I think it's you. Because you know and understand that, and you understand that on the other side. Who else would understand it? No one else would. You would.
George, can you come back through, please? Or whomever is near that portal, can you come through? We're just trying to validate that you're here. Nothing else. Can you come through for us, please?
I mean, okay, now it's not doing it, good, okay. Well, now we have the UV light on it.
Is there someone here with that old motor?
What the hell was that?
What'd you get?
I just saw something, there was something that was just over here in the, it came into the corner of the picture and left in the UV light. I know I didn't photo it.
Will that shoot video as well?
Yeah. I can just leave it here and just let it play into that, because obviously there's something happening over there. Right, look. Now it's gone.
Wow.
Look, so that's,
Must take a tremendous amount of energy to do that.
look, now, look, nothing.
That's what I'm saying, but it must take them a while to
Regenerate
Oh.
that.
I lied, it moved. What the hell is it?
Can you come closer to this device that George has?
You got that thorn.
Someone's trying to get in.
Well, that's what it is. That's the Geiger counter.
Hello?
Here comes Laura. She too has had experiences. Come on in, Laura. Close the door. What are you doing? You in the
No,
bar?
I'm,
Yeah, we live in a barn?
What's wrong with you? This is Laura.
Hi.
Hi
How
there.
are you?
Great, great.
Camera's there, like, move the slide.
I'm leaving, goodbye.
Oh, stay right there.
No, I'm good, goodbye.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
Oh, absolutely sure. Why? You memories.
Now, was that the woman who was in here with us that night, George?
No,
No, okay.
no. No, she was here for the last seance. This is Chris's daughter was the one who got choked out.
Yeah, she freaked out.
That's no good.
Yeah.
How many of you were up there?
There might have been 5 of us, five people, so probably 10 people in the building.
Let's see if it reads.
Something is higher temperature over there, because over there it's 20, over here it's 23.
We'll keep on taking some photos. That's Celsius.
George, bring that flashlight to it. Okay, let me do
Right
it.
here. There's a flashlight.
Let's see if they coordinate.
Now, when it's clicking like that, is it detecting something or is it sending out the wave to pick
It's
it up.
detecting something. And then soon what it'll do, if it happened like it happened before, it starts going crazy, it goes, and then it started a message, and then that light coordinated with the message.
Seriously.
That's what happened. Is that what
The
happened?
flashlight and the,
They worked together.
yeah,
They were in tandem,
That's
which is
amazing.
impossible. Two different
Like you
things.
say, there's two totally different frequencies, nothing is,
One's picking up decaying matter, that's what radioactivity is, and the other one is a light.
sensitivity.
can you make that device go crazy? Can you come real close to it, please?
Sit down and stop.
Come on, you can come closer. Come close enough to touch it.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm recording. Okay, I'll leave that.
Good deal.
There we go, I'm just gonna record now. Is your camera recording too?
Yes,
Oh, so that's good, because we'll have a,
this one's IR,
Straight.
yours is UV.
right. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So we'll capture something.
Yeah.
Can you please come closer?
Thank you.
Was that good to get something? Or no?
No. You told me to do that thing.
What thing?
That light thing. There we go.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't want that, I want the Geiger counter. I forgot about that.
That's it. Come on, come in closer, please.
That could be a message.
Yeah. Can you make the light flash as well?
There's no thing.
Have many devices set up here. Can you say your name for us, please? Our devices will pick it up.
Tony, tell Eric your story about the phone call.
So, about.
This is what you heard the phone call.
Yeah.
So that was Tony's phone that did the phone calling.
Yeah, I was working outside doing the carriage house resigning it. I always get sawdust all over me when I work, so I put my phone in here. I'm working right outside the other side of the door. George goes on a business meeting. You know, I start doing my work all day. All of a sudden, George comes back. Tony, what do you want? What do you need? You called me 5 times. I'm like, seriously? No, I didn't. Here, my phone rang George 5 times while I was sitting in here and left him a voicemail.
And there was no recorded data on your phone as
There's
to
nothing
making
from my
calls.
phone that showed a record of me calling him, just on his phone that he received.
That's
calls.
some
That's a
shit right
tremendous amount of
there.
energy to do that.
Yeah.
And I heard the message when you cleaned it up. Holy crap, that is a great message. It's like,
It's amazing.
But it sounded like me.
Yeah.
It did sound like me. I didn't think it was me to begin with, and I kept on listening to it, and it's just like, oh my god, it does sound like me. So, and then the girl that helped me, it's clear, that's clear as day in it. Help
yeah,
me.
help me.
Help me. And that's, August is to help me. That's the story about the windmill, is you hear 3:30 in the morning, you hear help me coming from the windmill.
out underneath and just wake up and I'll do it. Out underneath and just wake up and I'll do it. Out underneath and just wake up and I'll do it.
Oh, did you hear the voices last night? You didn't hear anything?
I was out really early last night, I was exhausted.
Oh, I was outside because I heard a woman out there fucking screaming. And I thought she was across the street. I'm looking at my neighbor's house and I'm like, okay. I heard it from the bedroom. So,
What time was that at?
midnight?
Midnight.
Yeah. I thought he would have heard something. Because it sounded like they were parked on my front lawn. I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on?
Wow.
I could hear the woman speaking and talking, but I couldn't make out what she was saying, and then she was like talking really loud, and once it sounded like she screamed, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I got up and I went outside, and I'm like looking, it's like, okay, I don't see anything, and I thought it was the neighbor, and there's like no activity over there. And then I came upstairs, and then I heard it again. And I'm like, okay, where are they? So I have no idea where they were from.
Now, you have security cameras, yes, outside,
Not in front,
not in front?
not yet. Eventually, that's one of Tony's things, is we're gonna camerize the whole thing.
Yep, with audio.
Everything, yeah.
We also did right here, George.
That was like right here, right underneath your seat.
It's climbing. 23, who's at 10? 23, 24. 27.
Then you put that on my skull and I was over 100?
I remember that.
Yeah. That was crazy. And then I went in the orgone room and I had no reading. So, that was bizarre. And even the people from the state couldn't explain it, because I had them over here.
Just at 30. Now watch.
Am I radioactive again?
You hear anything?
Nothing.
Just one clip.
Drop. 17. 16.
So it's down here.
It's down there. 14.
Thank God it's not me.
10. 11. Now let's watch again. It's climbing. What's here? What is this?
A bathtub.
Yeah, but what was before the bathtub?
A hole in the ground. There used to be the pulley for that, there was a pulley that came off of that belt that went into the ground that I took out. There's a big hole in the floor.
That's Morse code.
Where's you gonna get up? Oh, what the hell happened?
Battery go?
I just put these batteries in.
You're at 30.
My camera shut off.
What's it supposed to read, 0 or something?
It's supposed to be close to 0. He's at 30 now and going.
What the heck? How
And
can
that's
I?
Morse code. I know. Dot, dot, dot. Sending a message. 32.
Okay, I can't record.
Does that have a memory card as well?
Yeah, I put it in there, brand new.
Can you make that device go up to 50?
I hope not, because we'll all be in trouble. It's a lot of radiation.
So technically,
It's at 35 right now.
technically, that's just reading ambient,
36, it's climbing. This is radiation for sure.
I don't know what, there's no files on the card.
Let's see, 38.
go on, bring it up. Bring it up near 50. Nothing?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Something's up.
Just at 38. George, there's something there.
Come on, 12 more points.
There's something there, there's something there.
Nothing, George?
I can't get it to record anymore. I don't know. Come on.
Can I see it for a moment?
Dude, you just hit 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can
It
figure
goes
it
up,
out.
it goes back, and then it hit 40.
Anything on the thermal?
Over everywhere else, it's 20, over here it's 24.
24 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
What's that?
What's 24 degrees Celsius? 80 degrees?
I don't know, that's what these things are made for.
You taking some pictures?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge, I mean, absolutely huge red spot right here.
Really?
Yeah. See the picture?
That's what it was last time.
Let me see.
You can't see it.
I think it's recording now, George.
Well, just say yeah, save the photo.
What do you have, this one?
Yeah, save.
See? That's right there.
82 degrees.
Oh yeah, just keep on saving them. That's Chris right there.
But if I go, you're right there, if I go over here, look at that. It's all
Yeah.
right there. It's huge.
That's it.
20, it jumps up to 24.
Is it jumping up when the Geiger counter's jumping up?
Uh,
Yeah, it is. Geiger counter rises and it fluctuates with the Geiger counter. It's like pulsating, George.
Yeah, save as many pictures. I mean,
it's all the way up to 30 now.
It hit 40 not long ago. It's 31.
can you check the camera, make sure we're still recording?
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Just see it?
Yeah, just see, make sure the camera's clicking.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Okay.
What the heck did you... There's something right
Dude,
here.
40! 30, 41!
Yeah.
It's coming!
And look at it.
44!
Look at that red spot's getting bigger.
Yeah! George, you're
Come on,
coming! 44!
Just keep on taking photos, right?
Almost
46!
covering the whole screen now.
Your phone, you
Yeah.
clicking?
Yeah.
Shit.
Saving?
So how do we enter that?
How the hell do I know? That doesn't
There's
even
gotta be
make
a way
sense.
for us to,
I mean, there's nothing there.
there is something there.
But there
It's
is,
reading.
because it's not here, but it's there.
Exactly. And it pulsates. And it's not fixtured. In other words, it drops back down.
What time of the day, when you were in here, Tony, and the footsteps were upstairs, what happened? When was that? What time of day?
That was, I was doing electrical that day on the weekend. It was afternoonish, 11,
Yeah.
12.
So Eric, he was in here, and he was doing the lights here and stuff, what were you doing, the Alexas, or what were you doing?
Alexis, yeah.
I'm not sure I can get that call.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That, I took that there was on
Here's
and
the
everything.
thing, ready?
That was
So,
the
but-
most freaky experience
So,
I've had.
tell Eric that one.
I think I told you a little bit about it, but I was doing the electrical.
Yes.
I ran outside to get something, you know, my mind was in something else. And I froze outside. I heard footsteps going across the floor right above me as I walked out. And I didn't realize I heard them until I left the building. And then I just froze there. Like, and I didn't come back in for the rest of the day.
Wow.
It was
Well,
really,
when?
really vivid. Really,
Well, tell him about the ball in the carriage house.
the ball and the carriage.
A light,
Oh, yeah, I seen some kind of mist go by my face.
Here it
Nice.
comes.
Upstairs.
42. See, if it was inactive, meaning it was the same thing, like that brick had something, it would stay at that. It would stay at 12 or 40, whatever. Something is fluctuating as he's seeing it. It's like an energy. It's going down, it's going up.
Yeah.
what's going on with the thermal?
It's bouncing between 20 and 24.
That's a big variance
Yeah.
with the temperature. In the same spot.
As this thing speeds up, this gets more graphic. It starts waving more.
Oh, wow. Are you getting these photos?
Yep.
What was there before?
There was a hole in the ground. I know it was there. There was a big hole in the ground.
Where does the landline line up to this? Is it
What? The guy said the ley lines were right underneath the windmill.
So this windmill's just a,
He called it a dragon line that we have underneath the windmill, which is the most powerful ley line.
What's
Good.
the line?
What? That's the energy lines of the earth.
the energy line.
He goes, you have an intersection of dragon lines underneath the windmill.
No way.
Which makes sense as to why you would build your house where you built
When
it.
you go and Google it, it's kind of cool. You see it come through Hampton Falls. You can actually see it.
Really?
George is there. And then it runs that way. And I was looking at it and I said,
And it goes through the windmill.
The windmill's built on the intersection of the ley lines.
this windmill wasn't built, this windmill was built because of that. Not
So
because
they
they
picked this
They
location.
picked this
for a
location. There's no
reason.
doubt in my mind they picked this
Yeah, because
location.
think about it, when you had settlers and you had people who could put their house anywhere, why would you put your house where it was? And it's because you had some kind of sense of the energy of the land, right? Like now, you just have a subdivision, they cut it up without any respect to
I
that.
don't care.
But when you had plenty of land to pick from, you could make any direction, there was no road, you could put in your own road. So you put your house exactly where it was energetically the best for your crops and your family and your health and everything. And that's why this was built here. Yeah, I'm convinced of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I never even would have thought.
40. 42.
What was that?
Yeah, it was,
Outside?
Oh, okay.
look at that whole red thing disappeared now. Oh, there's kind of there.
It's meandering.
Yeah, it moved. It
It's
was over
moving.
here. Now it's going over there more.
How could it be? There's
Because
nothing.
because here's the thing. Forget that dimensional thing you see here. In its realm, that's not there. That's the portal. So it's gonna float, it can float anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not fixed to a spot. That
Yeah.
spot is just because you know, George, that's a bathtub. Yeah, in this dimension it is. In that dimension, it's the way of entry. And so what it is when it lines up with you, it's floating because it probably doesn't have a fixed spot. Because you don't have a fixed spot. You haven't opened up your side anyways. It's not like you're going,
No.
sending a message, boop, boop, boop. You're not. You need to do that. To do that, I think you can get that physical. Yeah, we can do it. That's what I think.
How are we doing with your device over there?
Well, that's what I'm just coming to look.
It goes a little more this way. That's 40.
It shut off.
Why? On its own volition?
Yep.
That's funny. Just like my little IR camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no problem with that. All through Arizona, I was carrying that thing. That thing was fantastic. How's that one, Tony?
It's still working.
That's my cheapie.
Oops, sorry.
Still going.
Do you know anything about the original guy that was here?
Who?
Who built all this?
Warren Brown?
Yeah.
Who about him?
Do you know if he had any?
Was he a Mason or a satanic worshiper or something?
Just asking you.
I don't know.
Did he understand this stuff?
Someone did. But this was all Sarah. Sarah's the one who got the property here. Sarah designed the house. Sarah, you know, did most of the stuff. So it's all about Sarah.
Well, there were a lot of Native Americans over here in this area anyway,
Yeah,
correct?
because it's Hampton. Yeah.
Right.
We have that mound outside. I'd like to do that on a clear day. Tony, tell Eric about the mound.
So we were putting a fence line along his property,
Yeah,
and here's all woods going down his property.
right.
I look over, and there's this huge mound of dirt, probably about 30 feet long.
It's overgrown in the woods.
Everything's flat back there. Everything's flat as can be. And then all of a sudden, there's just this big mound coming up maybe about 10 foot off the ground.
Huh.
Who knows?
Almost like a burial spot.
That's like a big mound. It's like 30 feet. And it's got stones around,
Yeah,
right?
it's got stones at the base. It's not natural. It's not something.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was there and they put something in the ground. And I'm thinking that could be the reason you get, when you walk down that path, that could be the reason you get like all that eerie feeling. It's from that mound.
And it's almost gone again. The woods have overtaken it.
Yeah, I see that, yeah. I went back there and it was just all overgrown again. We gotta get
So
it
you've
to
looked at it,
track.
George. You've seen it, how it comes out of the ground and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that up along the path?
which path?
The one you have out here in the?
Yeah, in the back, yeah, that
Okay.
roadway. Yeah, you just walk down and it's on the left hand.
It's just not natural landscape. You can tell like it was something man-made, something made it.
Yeah, there's a reason it's a mound of dirt there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely from long ago. And then you found an old Model T or Model A? No, Model T.
Yeah, Model T.
Yeah,
The
Model
steering-
T.
The steering column, the steering wheel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just rotting into the ground back there. I never knew about
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
it. And what else? There was something else you found.
The old shower. That could have been a hippie back there.
What do you mean?
Kill that hippie.
What's the old shower? What's
It was
that?
it was a shower coming out of a tree, all rusted out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
didn't.
took pictures of it.
Oh, you gotta show me. That's bizarre. I don't remember seeing that.
But from what I understood, that used to be all farmland, all flat, no trees.
It was. There
So
was
you
no
never-
trees. There were no trees here at the turn of the century.
So they could have done anything out there.
Now this won't start.
Really?
It'll be interesting to see what's on there.
Yeah.
And they got this going as well. This I don't understand at all.
No, I don't quite understand. It was working.
I do. It happens all the time.
That's true.
It drains everything that you got. I've never seen it not drain everything. Everything gets drained here. Did you tell about the light bulb in my car?
Well, that was after a seance.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that was a...
We blew up we blew all of the lights. Remember, I picked up my car and I was blaming the Ford dealer. I picked it up and I had no light bulbs, and no light bulbs in my car at all. I'm driving home, I'm like, Jesus, it's awfully dark, and I got automatic headlights. I was like, what the hell? And then I got home and I didn't have any light bulbs, nothing. And I'm like, I went back to the dealership and I'm like, okay, you shorted out every light bulb in my car. They go, it's impossible. I go, look, turn it on. And they had no explanation, but I had no friggin' light bulbs in the entire car.
Huh,
It was bizarre, and he had the same thing.
So the night I go to leave him, I go, where the
That was
hell-
after a seance.
where are my front lights? I don't have front lights. So I have to drive home without, I had to drive with the, what do you call them? Fog lights on the side. I go, what the, you know, so anyways, I got there, the guy goes, the Volvo guy goes, dude, you burned your bulbs out. I go, I couldn't have burned the bulbs out. I had done that not that long ago. And I called George up, I go, George, you cost me $1,000.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
It was
I
crazy.
blamed the car dealership, because I didn't even think it could have been something out of the house. But they're like, there's nothing that we touched that would have done that. We weren't near anything electrical.
That's,
And I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. But it was crazy. I mean, literally, no headlights, no taillights, no marker lights.
It also sounds like they're following you around
Following you around.
after that business.
I'll tell you what, I've seen freaky things, but that was like, I don't know what you want to call that. What do you want to call that?
I don't know, that was pretty good. You see anything now?
There's one red dot right over there, right where that grate, that like waffle thing is,
The bed warmer?
the bed warmer. There's a red dot right to the top left of it, a bright red dot.
Is there anything on this motor?
I get the lowest readings I've got on it.
Because we cold sealed, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just,
It goes down to
Gas.
19 degrees Celsius.
which makes sense.
It averages about 21 in here, and then there's red spots that jump up to 24.
But there's nothing that would create any heat.
No,
Not over there, there shouldn't be.
the light bulbs up
Is
higher.
that Zach? What is that?
That's that, yeah. What the heck is it? Something right over there is really red.
Where? Right in there?
Yeah, see, look at that. Shouldn't be. Look at that big red thing right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
what the
That's
hell
what
is
I'm
that?
talking about. That's the light.
Did you take a picture of it? Keep on snapping as many photos. I mean, just snap a whole bunch of those
But
things.
there should be nothing that big red right
Yeah,
there.
but if you snap a bunch of photos, then I can put them on the computer and then we can digitize them.
Now, could that be getting any kind of reflection?
That's possible.
But it's heat.
About that.
What
There's
reflection
no
of
sun out
though?
though. So it doesn't matter, right?
There's no sun, there's no nothing. What would it be?
Oh wait, it could be this.
Yeah, try that again.
It didn't go anywhere.
So the UV light doesn't do anything.
Why is that going off when you turn the UV off? It's going faster.
Maybe it doesn't like that.
It's like possessed. I didn't touch it. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, we were just talking about that,
Right.
and now the thing goes off, so,
Then we get that big red spot over there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Exactly where you're pointing at. I'm pointing it too, and it's
no, here, let's try that. Is the red spot gone?
nope, it's still there.
Okay, so it's definitely like, when you talked about that thing was, that orb or that light, I mean, look where I'm pointing.
I'm telling you, it's there.
But it's not consistent, I mean, it comes and goes.
Because in your thing, it's whatever. We're thinking rationally right here. In this, you're sitting in a chair. But the reality is that thing can float. It has the capability to float.
Yeah.
It's not fixed.
It's in a whole different
Yeah.
realm than we're in.
but it has times where it can really radiate in bright light, because that night he had the camera on it, it radiated.
Where'd the other flashlight go?
Oh, right down there.
Oh,
Has that slowed down the Geiger counter at all?
Yeah, it's around 30. We can put it back over here.
It's kind of strange, it had a pretty good spike and then it went down.
yeah.
Oh, let's see if this causes it to go anymore.
I don't get that.
It was silent for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just nothing, if it's all wood, I mean, it's not like it's no reflective surfaces, there's no nothing.
Nothing moving, nothing waving, fans aren't on.
There's some, clearly there's something it's detecting. Anything?
Same spot where you're pointing at is a red thing.
What the hell would the red thing be? Maybe there's nothing there. The pellet stove hasn't been put on for years, so there's no heat there.
It's right around the bed warmer.
Oh, the animal traps. So
Yeah, right
residue
around there.
from dead animals. Right? That's a collection of animal traps. How about that? Does it go off on those animal traps? You see anything?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Now you're saying,
Oh, what's that?
That's the camera up there.
Oh, okay. So that's because it has batteries in it and stuff. Okay.
you're talking about that thing right there?
The bed warmer.
Now I get not a single reading over here.
I just don't understand what the hell.
What could be said? Well,
It's a motion detector. I mean, that's so.
so within that gateway,
It's
perhaps,
detecting some kind of motion.
it's,
clearly.
yeah, maybe it's
I'm saying.
it's a swirling ball of energy.
Ball of energy.
That's all it is.
A vortex, yeah. And it is
Yeah,
detecting.
yeah, a vortex.
Yeah.
But it's where the stuff came out, that you heard, and it's where so it's an energy vortex.
Yes, yeah.
It's not like it's,
Yeah.
and there's something there that you guys
Did you
felt.
just shut your flashlight off?
No.
It just went off.
Holy shit.
Well, that was good.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Hey. It's doing what it's gotta do.
Because I don't think I did.
'Cause I'm just looking this way and I thought I saw it go off, but I didn't hear the click.
The click, yeah. Well, I got that on tape. We'll see if I did it subconsciously. Yeah, well, UV lights there. I want to do UV seance up on the second floor. So,
That'd be interesting.
because I'm convinced it's not IR, it's UV that's going to give us all the.
Can I ask something? What is in that camera that I saw? Why did I see that?
I don't know, it's just a regular IR camera.
Okay, so I saw the white light with that camera.
Yeah.
When I viewed it.
So it was infrared.
So it was infrared.
Yeah.
But I saw it as white. I didn't see it as I saw it as a white, like as if you turned a white light on. That's what it was.
What do you got, Tony? Anything?
I went around this whole area. Everything is normal. The only red dot I get is in this area and behind him.
That's
That's where
bizarre.
they were.
And there's nothing over there. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's no nothing.
Again, you're thinking your dimension.
Right.
It just happens. I mean, this could be outside, and there could be two or three outside right now. You would know because you're not outside.
See, now Tony just walked by and it triggered, so that makes
Right.
sense. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just,
Look, there it is again. It's just right there.
oh yeah, you can see it.
That's what I said. It's you calling you.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That
That would be wild. You're close. Hurry up, motherfucker. Put it together.
Look, it's
Hello?
going crazy now.
They don't have the number.
You know something? It seems to respond when we talk about it.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. George, what did you do that night? Do you remember?
What do you mean?
What caused that night?
We were just in here. They had the group of everybody in here.
So all of a sudden you came in here and then you felt this presence. There was
We
nothing.
felt this column of cold air.
It just came on suddenly, or was
Yeah,
there?
it kinda came in between us.
Yeah, it was just a column of icy cold air, but it was like huge difference, like 50 degrees different than the room. It was like
Right.
90 degrees in here, and then it was like a column of 50-degree air. And it was just like air conditioning. It was like a column of air conditioning that came through and like hit every one of us. We all felt it.
Yeah.
All right, I got one quickie. Tell me, move that on, George. Tell me where that little spot is. Where do you see it?
Then you're shut this off because you're gonna be in the way of it.
It's directly in front of this thing.
Oh, wait, is it blue? Oh, no.
Like right here?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
this is
exactly
your
on it.
hand?
There's your hand, you're on it right now. Go down a little bit, toward me a little bit, or toward that wall. Yep, right there.
Take
You're
a
on it.
picture.
You're on it. And it just jumped up to, well, your hand probably made it jump up.
Yeah, his hand would have.
You're on it directly right now. If you go down just a hair, right there.
Nothing.
Oh, that scared me. I was like, my heart just dropped.
So it's there.
Where you just pointed,
Yeah.
you brought your hand down, an orb followed it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Right there, you're on it. You're at the outer edge of it right now.
So we go up or down?
You're directly in the center of it right now.
So I should be able to. So if we could open it, my
You
hand would go
disappeared.
into it.
Laurie, we got a problem. What? 'Cause-
Well, you should be able to enter it, right? Theoretically, if this is.
Well, he's only half gone. Do you have a jelly jar?
That's, no, Philadelphia experiment. I come back and I'm like, it didn't go so well, George. There's a hand in that fucking dimension. I gotta go get it.
Did you ever, consider trying to use Chrissy or something to open that?
No.
No. Well, you know shamans and everything anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's beyond that. I think it's beyond the,
Yeah, I think this is more of a dimensional physicist type. You know, I think something when you hit it, I'm not saying, let's say barium. Let's say you hit it with barium, it might open. You might hit it with a magnetic field, it might open. There are different ways of thinking about this, but you have to have the combination. They have it on their end, you just don't have it on your end.
that's what I'm convinced that there's that all those voices and everything we hear are there from the future time. And they're coming back to us. Like, remember all those voices we caught during the seance?
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting because Allison was here, and one of the EVPs says, "Is your uncle still alive?" Right?
Yeah.
And he was just diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
Right? So if I was trying to figure out when I'm talking to, I would ask questions.
Right.
Right? Because I would say, "Is your uncle still alive?" Yes. Right? Then I know it's before a certain point in time.
Right.
No, I know it's after a certain point in time.
But that's not the best. You ready? I made a pie. I'm not making this up. I made a cherry pie, okay? I pride myself, once a time in the summer, I'd like to have a cherry pie. I made a cherry pie. George channels in. Tell him what happened.
We were asking questions as the spirits, and all of a sudden it came into my head, and I go, "Do you like cherry pie?"
No shit.
And I had no idea. I have no idea where that came from. It was just like, what a bizarre thought. Do you like cherry pie?
I just made cherry pie that day. I'm not shitting you.
Wow.
That was bizarre. Like, why am I asking if he likes cherry
And I
pie?
sat there going, is George fucking tuning into me?
Well, yeah, I'm,
Yeah.
because you have abilities as well.
I don't know about abilities, but I do know this. I think I'm here to help him to evolve in whatever this is.
Chris, I'll leave the portal. Let me know how it is on the other side. There you go.
There you go. Right. Good news, bad news. Chris made it. Bad news. I don't know where he
He
is.
made it half full.
He's not even home for dinner. Well, that's mouth to feed.
Is that still got the red spot?
Yeah, same exact spot.
Wow.
Now, how about this one? Does this have anything?
This has got a huge one. Wow, this is even bigger than before.
Okay, now it doesn't, now it's not doing it.
Exactly where I was just sitting, it's all lit up now. Where
That's-
that warmed it up.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Exactly where I was sitting.
Yeah. That's the thermal heat
You
chamber.
better hope it's that.
Yeah, because you're alive and you're out of the wood,
Yep.
your heat transferred to the
I was
wood.
thinking, this whole thing was bright red.
Yeah,
I was like-
that means it's working, so that's good. So, but there's no reason, I mean, it's cold outside, so that thing should only be picking up like something that's throwing, giving off heat.
Yeah, a light
So,
or
yeah,
your
it's a
hand
good damn day for that.
on the wall.
So,
Try it for a little bit.
Oh, thank you.
Why is it round?
so you pull the trigger, you get a picture, and then just hit save. Well, Tony triggered it. Okay, now I can't even shut it off, look. What's going on?
Now, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, and within the circle is a little red heat signatures.
You take a picture.
See, he can read it better than I can.
It's right on the thing, oh, you save on the buttons.
Oh, down below?
Yeah, see the white button save? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna mess it up. Select
It's the left white button, I think.
the left white.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one saves it.
there you go. Yeah, take as many as we can and see if we can grab something.
That's very strange.
Okay, nothing's in front of it. Okay, that's not going up.
$42. It got stronger.
Mm-hmm.
43.
I don't know, what would make a
44.
Geiger counter go up and down other than,
Yeah, it should be fixed 45. Unless it wants you to do
Yeah.
that. It's saying, because if something has something on it, it's gonna read that all the time.
right,
Right.
Plus or minus the deviation, it's not gonna fluctuate up and down. But then again, this could be a message, because it's going, I don't know.
I bought a different camera to go down the well, Tony. I bought a fishing camera.
The fishing camera.
Yeah, with 90 feet of cord for the camera.
And how, does it have an illumination on it?
Yeah, it's got an IR light and it
Oh,
goes
nice.
down. Yeah,
That's gonna be amazing to see what.
Is it like a snake light? Like what they run down a plumbing line?
like what do they call it, an ostomy?
Yeah, like a colonoscopy camera.
Yeah, well, we have one, yeah, but that's for going on a wall. No, this is like a bigger head. So if the head's like that, because it's like that.
Okay.
It's
Well,
much larger. Yeah, I have a small one that goes inside the walls and everything.
Yep.
How long's that one, like 20 feet?
That one was like almost 40 foot.
Is it?
30, 40 foot, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's just a wire that we can send down a pipe to see what's going on.
right,
Because
right.
we had some crushed pipes and I had to see what was going on because they're buried within the floor. And so I bought it and I saw what I didn't wanna see, I saw pipes that had dirt in them. So it's not a good thing, so we knew not to, and it's not repairable because it's underneath the tile floor that we just put in.
Super.
Yeah, yeah, that sucked.
George wasn't too happy about that.
No, he's not happy about that at all. Because there's no reason it had to, it should, and there was a coupler that was underneath there, that's all I need to see. It was a coupling, it's like, what the hell, in the water line, there was a coupling buried in the concrete, well, you would never couple.
You wouldn't couple that.
No, never, I would just throw the water, I would just say, okay, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just crazy to see that, that made no sense. So that told me that there was some kind of, damage and it was trying to be repaired, and it was just, never brought to my attention, so that bothers that kind of me.
Yeah, especially as easy going as you are with stuff. I mean,
Just
be
fix
honest
it,
about it.
just fix it.
Is it still there?
Yes. I'm getting an occasional, there's that one spot, but then there's an occasional hot spot to the left of it.
Yeah, I seen that one too.
Yeah.
That is weird.
And
It's
this
not
one,
always there.
the one here on the right has been stretching out a little bit too.
I mean, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there, there's no sunlight to
That's
reflect.
an
that.
outside wall, there's no heat on, there's no sunlight.
No.
There's no nothing, there's no reason that wall.
If you
should
go
be
that
open.
way, do you see it this way or is it against the wall? Have you guys gone, like, have you seen it, is it?
When I went over there, I couldn't read it at all. I couldn't find it.
So it's something head on.
Yeah.
Now there's two. Two within that same, I think I got it.
Okay, and this isn't going off at all anymore. And nothing has changed,
Well, I think you need to move it that way a little more.
so that was. Not,
I mean, that's just weird. Why would it be going off and all, and now it's not going off at all? I don't want to say it was a malfunction, but it's working.
It produces enough energy at certain times to,
yeah,
it's almost like it wants to come through, and then it can't.
You know, it could actually almost be our energy blocking it.
Yeah? Yeah?
yeah, I don't understand why this thing would just keep on going. I mean, it's brand new, there doesn't seem to be any defect to it. Right?
No, that's it.
So definitely it detects the motion.
I mean, it was going crazy for a minute over there.
Yeah.
My question is it always there?
It has to
Here's
be.
why I'm asking this, okay, now
It has to be,
what
but I
does
think
think
it's
about
intermittent.
this? This is gonna blow your mind. So if it's always there, there's one of two things. Okay? You wouldn't stay in the same place your whole fucking life, right?
Right.
You'd be moving around.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be standing there its whole fucking time, right? So
Yeah.
if it's there, the alternative of that is, that actually is something, like that door right there, that
Yeah.
is there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If we come back 3 weeks from now and it's basically there,
Well, that's where you saw that thing years ago.
you see what I'm saying? And you didn't detect anything over here, right?
Nothing over there.
Okay, so
Got
if
a
it's
folder over there.
right there, that's the reason why it's there. So that's
That's a door.
the door.
That's your vortex.
And this is another door right here. Are they different planes? I have no idea. Blow your mind, ready?
Oh, yeah.
What if you have more than, think about this.
So collect.
Because you're choo-choo, like that Star Trek one, when they all start popping up on the thing?
Yeah.
Choo-choo, which one is the one with,
Yeah, it's
Right?
true.
so you could
This
have mold,
is 20 years in the future, and that's 40 years in the future.
sales, I mean.
We got
what you
60
think is
years
always
over
right.
there.
But there's
Yeah.
a reason that's doing it and that's doing it, you're not seeing it anywhere else. Now, is there one outside? I don't know. But we know there's one there, we know there's one here. And that's the key.
No, when I first got here, I remember being in here, and then
By the way,
I.
you almost got your wish, it's almost at 50.
Oh, my.
So, it's at 50.
It's at 50.
It knew to go to 50, you told it to go to 50.
Yeah.
Look at that, George, 52, 51. Now it's cranking. What's it doing then?
Well, there is. What's the red? I don't know what the hell it is.
I wasn't there before.
So you said to go to 50 and it went to 50.
It did.
I didn't choose 50,
Yeah.
you did.
It
And it said to go to 50, and it knew to go to 50. Why did it go to 50?
hurt us.
It heard you say go to 50. So it can hear what you're saying, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So think about that. Now, we need to, just like that data one, with it, remember? And they said, yeah, we need to get information from it
is
to know
that
what
the,
we need to do.
SD card up top?
Right.
But we have a way of doing it. If this thing can communicate,
Yeah.
Is that
it's
what
in a
it-
message.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be so freaking cool? We
Oh,
all
yeah,
have
yeah,
reports.
let me see.
And look at that, it's no longer at 50. It just wanted us to know
Let me see.
it can get to 50. It
That it
answers
heard
your
us,
thing.
yeah.
You asked it to get to 50. It got to 50. Does anyone agree on that one? or not?
Oh,
An
absolutely.
SD card.
Absolutely.
It's
So-
like the camera that you got.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
Good.
this is
So
an
it's
intelligent
it's an
being.
Intelligent, yeah.
It understands
Good,
what to
yeah, so
do.
then, I just wanna make sure we're actually
And-
capturing all this stuff.
It's an intelligent being. It knows what to do, but we're not doing our part.
Or we can't get to that level of,
So what are we missing? Because it heard exactly what he said. It got to 50. It knew to get to 50. It went to 50.
maybe there'll be something on the voice recorders. I've got 3 of them running.
That would be cool.
Yeah, what the hell is that? It's like a little,
It's not the camera.
You said 50 and it got to 50. So now I know it is an intelligent being that understands what to do when you're asking it to do. So now we need to ask it how to get
To how can we communicate?
exactly.
there's like some warm spots like coming through. Where the hell would it be though? I can't tell the depth with this.
No, there's not much.
Is that thing still over there? And by the way, this is going back down to 27.
No shit.
So what would make that go up and down like that?
The only way it can is by something, okay, so it reads decayed particles. That's all a radioactive thing is, it's decayed particles. So it should be constant. So if you put it on cobalt, whatever,
Unless you get some-
357, it's gonna read it, it's gonna stay there. That, what it's doing now, doesn't make sense. It shouldn't fluctuate like that. It's fluctuating because this, whatever, has a way of knowing it. He said to go to 50, and it went to 50. It
So
knew how to do
it's-
it.
It's very
It's
intelligent.
very intelligent.
It can,
It can understand us.
yes.
That's important. It understands English. I'm just throwing that out there.
No,
So we're not
you're right.
saying, whatever. There are a couple facts here. We know it's intelligent, it understands English, and it can do what you ask with limitations. So you asked it to do that, and it did that. So now, what is the next step of this? I have no idea.
That's almost, I would think maybe energetically, that's easier for them to do because they may just have to put their.
Well, that's the only way we could communicate.
Right,
So
right.
now that's the only thing we have.
Yeah, this isn't doing anything.
That doesn't do, it tells you something's there, the lights don't really do
Right.
anything, and the cameras are just recording. That's the only thing that can respond to what you
What you've
asked.
asked.
Wait, is that you? No, what the hell is that? That's not you.
No,
What is it?
Come on.
that's the same red dot that was before.
It's not a red dot, it's a red blob.
Yeah. It's pulsating.
That's what I was talking
What the
about.
hell is that?
Light pulsating,
Mhm.
it's like a star.
You can see, yeah, it would get
Like-
smaller than,
There's two of them.
and stretch.
But this is a big thing, there's something, what the
That's
hell
what
is
we keep
that?
saying. It's
That's what it said.
Hey, Chris, grab that and go, just hold it and just look. Do you see
So I need
it?
to press the, oh, there it is.
Yeah, take a couple photos of it.
Same spot again.
Where's the photo, the red button?
Press
The trigger,
And then top left button.
and then save it.
Do I hit yes?
No,
The light button.
Right here?
Yeah,
Now how do you get live again? Is that live? Oh, there it is.
yeah.
There's actually a dot.
No.
That wasn't there before.
You got, it is a door. It's expanding.
It's
Just like in that Star Trek one, where it started in the bay and it started growing. It's opening, look at it.
That's bigger than it's ever been.
It's opening.
Yeah, there's no,
It's now getting, it's expanding. It's opening, it's no longer,
Is it expanding full?
it's starting to go like, it's getting like, if I was
Is the
saying
line-
like a linear line going across,
Okay, yeah.
for sure.
That's the biggest I've ever seen it over there.
Can you open it a little more, please?
Oh, it's a shitload of energy. It's pulsating too.
Come on, if you can. We know you
What the hell would
can.
that be though?
It's the other side.
There's no heat there, there's no nothing.
I know, but and you're see, you're reading its energy coming out of it.
Right?
How much energy do you think it takes to open one of those things up? It's gonna be incredible. That thing's reading something.
Yeah, it's like a nuclear reactor. It's probably the same type
Did
of.
you ever have some ideas that you didn't tell me?
What do you mean?
I don't know, things you were working on that you didn't work on? Instead of building a wall, you're like, hey man, I think I might build a radio wave beam.
What the hell?
No, I'm just saying, no, don't think of port. Think about something you might have stumbled on. Like you were thinking about, hey, I might build a CB radio, or I don't know, something weird that you just didn't do.
Marty, we're going back to the future.
There you go. It's only there.
That's quite amazing.
And there you are.
Can you make that vortex or your doorway, can you make that larger? We would
And the
appreciate
thing is,
it.
it's moving. It's not being stationary.
No, it's in flux. That's what it is. But no offense to flux capacitor. I'm just saying it's in flux.
Yeah.
That is cool, man. That is like totally cool.
Get a couple more photos.
But I thought the weirdest one, he wanted 50 and it gave him 50.
Yep.
It knew to go to 50. That's an intelligent being and it
Oh,
knows what it's
absolutely.
doing.
And willing to interact.
Yes.
But now this thing's not going on.
No, that just, did you shut
But
it
what
down?
else you gonna do with it? Can I just ask something from his point of view? It's like a toy for a 3-year-old. Now you're in your 50s, right? You're gonna be interested in it? No. You gotta advance yourself. It's saying, what are you shitting me? Is that all you're gonna do? You're gonna keep that fucking thing there? No, seriously.
Yeah.
It wants you to do more. Which, how are you gonna do more? I mean, what's the next thing?
See, right there. Oh, no, it's off. Nope.
See, it's confirming it. It's like,
Yeah.
do more.
What else can we do?
That's, I mean, there's nothing moving there to trigger this.
So it's thinking, it's saying it's up. So what else could we do? Let's think. What other thing, George, in your mind, have you ever thought about buying that could read something? Think. There must be something.
I haven't thought of it yet.
Well, that's what you gotta think of. Because that is only gonna get you so far, and that's great. It did what he said, but now what do we do? You're stuck. So you now need to think about what the next thing is. That's all.
Push Tony through the portal. Bye, Tony.
That's my done. Get the cable. Pull you back.
You know what's that? You pull it back, it's just an empty. George will do
Just the
this.
harness. Just the harness.
I'll throw back some water gunners.
Wonder if anything like a Jacob's ladder would help at all to
What's that?
give it more energy. It disperses energy into the air.
We need the broad. This is what she does. This broad from Harvard,
Yeah.
this is all she does. She thinks dimensional, she's these
So
formulas,
this,
but she's all
it's the ley lines. It's probably the energetic ley
She
lines.
knows about the ley lines,
That they're
but
coming here and they're like erupting, and that's
the
how.
problem is, all these people with theory, in their mind, they think it's great, but I gotta tell you something. It's either they're scared, or they don't really believe in what they do.
Right.
Because I wrote all this stuff, and she's thinking it over, and I'm saying to myself, what is there to think over? If it was me, I'd get my ass in a car and go, dude, this is what I've been studying my life for?
Well, I took the class at Duke University, and I told him my experience, and the guy said, because that's an interesting story for someone who claims to be sober.
See what I mean?
That's a professor at
And
Duke
that's a
University.
professor.
They're
And it was a class.
scientific to a point.
Who was it? That was
Class in
his
time
thing.
travel.
That was his
It was a
thing.
class in time travel.
So,
Proving the
idiot.
existence of time travel, so I took the class, I signed up online, explained to him why I'm taking the class, and the guy thought I was on drugs. That it was just like, no, this is legit. My son is alive because of this, there's no question in my mind.
Right.
Without hesitation, I say it, and I have living proof.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it's like, you're like, okay, interesting for someone who claims to be sober.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Okay, now this woman, this Lisa Randa, wrote a book called Knocking on Heaven's Door, Dimensional and Portals. All right, seriously,
Okay.
that's what she wrote, Harvard. Now you would think she'd
That's
get her ass
in
in.
her classroom.
It's right here, exactly. I'd be sitting there going, hey, let me go out there, because this would fucking only make my career. I'd be the number one, whatever the
Yeah,
hell.
your hand again.
Yeah, it was in movie the other day.
That was you, okay.
But she does this lecture, and she talks about it.
I actually was an undergraduate at Harvard.
And she goes on and on about dimensions and portals. And I'm sitting there going, dude, she's like, in theory, I'm saying, what if you have the real fucking thing?
It could be right here,
Beyond the scales that we
but
see in our daily
she's a theorist, but
No application.
she has the tool. She has
can't-
no application.
But here's my question,
How do you
is she
do it?
also afraid? Because in reality, if this is correct, let's be honest, I think it's correct. If it's reality, and this is true, and I think it's true, do you think it's true? What you see in your mind, do you think it's true?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Well, I
now,
don't think we can deny that Tony's phone called me.
There you go.
Okay?
so
And
now that she's
I think
saying,
that's true, yes.
you have a landline, right, and the ley line, and you have portals. The reality of life is, this is the greatest scientific, other than maybe Area
There's
51.
a lab.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is where you want to be. I want to bring my teachers, my grad students, I'd be like, shit, I want to set everything up, and this is where I want to find out what life really is.
Yeah.
Meaning, is there, like she says, this woman actually says it. I'll find it for you guys.
There's a spectrum.
She actually says they do this. They're like lining on top of each other.
Yeah.
And I'm going, well, if that's one and that's one and we're in one, there's three right here.
Is not fundamental.
And the energy coming out from that is,
That internal structure.
I mean, we don't even read the energy. How do you know what these fucking things are? We don't even know if this thing could set things off the fucking chart. We don't have spectrographs.
Yeah.
This thing could be like the greatest,
But it could be some other form of energy too that we don't even have the capability to read.
that's
Totally.
true too.
but we need a physicist. The reality is if this was me, I wouldn't be saying, hey, these guys are a bunch of drunks or they're whatever. I'd want to actually take a look at this shit and see what's going on. And I
Get
just,
some kind of game, some kind of something.
something.
I wonder,
The LHC is a machine.
I wonder if a machine,
But they're not.
something like that reads your auras.
Yeah, but that's all done with with your hands and then interprets it. It's not like, it doesn't really do it.
No.
Those are hokey, I looked into those, and that's not like legit.
Here, listen to this. Listen to this. This is awesome. She actually says what we just said. This is going to blow your mind.
Existence of quarks, which were discovered many years later, in fact. They were in fact motivated by theory to explain why there could be so many different elementary particles. The idea was there were these basic components that could be put together in many different ways. But they were eventually discovered by experiments, where they could discover this hard structure inside. And as I said, today, the frontier energy scale is 10 to the minus 19 meters, an even smaller distance scale. It turns out it's a really interesting distance scale, because it's very likely to answer some very fundamental questions, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But here we see the ring. The ring is actually underground, so you can't actually see it when you're flying by, as some physicists mistakenly have said.
She's
It's
talking about
underground.
energy
And
in the
what you
ground.
see here is
Yeah,
that
just like we're talking about.
Yes.
Large hadron collider.
Yeah.
But then-
And she keeps talking about the collider that they made, and that's great. That thing's a fucking artificial bullshit. This is fucking real.
Yeah.
They're trying to create what you have. You understand that, right? They're trying to create a portal in that fucking that hydron over.
I mean, that's what I understand, I mean, like the EVPs that we caught during that seance that you were at was so clear, undeniable. No one said these things, they were on the tape. Why isn't that like all over that kind of stuff all over the news? I mean, there's no question. There's no question. Remember when I said, can you interact with these devices? And you hear clear as day, the woman goes, interact. And she's just talking, and it's like, she's responding to us like in real time, on the tape. No one said it. Clearly no one was doing what she did. It was crazy. And then she goes, are you in this room? So she's hunting us as we're hunting them.
She wants to communicate as well. They all do.
Because they're in the future trying to catch, now they're here, and they're trying to determine when they're talking to.
So they want to be able to both
right? That's what I'm thinking, is that they're in the future, and they're trying to, okay, we're here, when
Here's
are we
what I'm
talking
thinking.
to?
I'm thinking like Close Encounters of the first kind of movie, remember? They say, there's a reason why they call it Close Encounters, right, of the third kind. So the first is, there's what they call, the sightings, right?
Right, which was what's here, it would be the little red things that used to watch me and dart away when I first got
Then
in
there's
here.
evidence, that people have shit on their faces, right?
And that's when I got slimed, and I called the police and they made fun of
And
me.
the third is contact. And so the reality is you're at the third stage right now. All you need to do is figure out how to fucking open this thing, and you're gonna go into like, this could be like, blow Area 51 apart. This might even be, I didn't even know, you know how you guys are talking about, we're limited, my kid studies this, we're limited by how far we can travel in space. Because even the nearest star is 1.8 million light years away. So that means you need 1.8 million years to get there. But what if you have something that
Is right here.
is right here? What if you actually have, literally, the capability of going other places? And I think you have two,
Just by walking through a doorway.
by walking through a doorway.
I wonder if any type of laser, a fan laser, would detect anything.
See, now he's thinking.
Yeah.
See, now you're starting to, now you're beginning to, and that's the key.
Yeah.
There's other things besides this. You gotta stop with this, because this ain't gonna do anything. You can't do that anymore. Now we're gonna think, if we hit it with a pulse of, energy, like magnetic.
Yeah.
Will it respond? There's gotta be different things. This broad has to have this shit in that fucking lab. She's gotta have all that shit. What else is she doing with it? Playing with it? Yeah, this is the real.
She's trying to create something, and she's saying that if it's natural, it's like going to the Amazon, they find a remedy to cure cancer, and they say, no, it can't work because it's natural. We have to develop it in the lab for it to be effective. Because if we can't patent it, we can't make money on it.
Right.
Right? So they're gonna discount anything that's natural because they can't patent it and make money on it. So if there's a natural portal that exists, they're gonna do everything they can to shut it down, right? Because you can't make money on it. They wanna be able to create it in a lab setting so they can control it. The same thing with a pill, right? All the doctors are trained that if it doesn't come from a pharmaceutical company, it's hokey, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is, but that's bullshit.
That lab that he went to in Montauk also has a lid.
Yeah. Everyone said, yeah.
That's not coincidence that they choose those areas. But you seem to have a natural one. I don't know if theirs is or isn't. I know there's
There's a
something.
reason this house was built where it was.
It's gotta be a way to
There's
open
no
this.
questions.
It's gotta be a way. Enough more of this. I mean, this is great, that's great. I think that was the greatest thing. When you said 50, I don't know if it's gonna hit 50. It hit 50. So now we know there's sanctioned beings. So basically, Close Encounters for me is confirmed. Now we need to make contact. How do we make contact? There's gotta be something in your fucking head.
Well,
'Cause I
then
think
they
half of
contact
it-
their calls.
Yeah, but
Well, that's not any of us,
No?
there you go.
okay?
It's like an agent.
So it's
Right,
answering the question.
right,
It's
it's-
answering the answer. So
confirming you.
it knows.
Yeah.
I know.
But now we're talking about the
Hold
phone
on.
call, and
Here's
it's
why.
registered when I say,
Yes, but here's
Well,
what.
It's like confirming what you're saying.
right, but I'm saying the phone, now they're going like you're on the right track, so.
But
the
what
phone-
are you going to do?
Holy shit.
What are you going to do to evolve this? In your mind, you must have done
I'm
something.
gonna wait for the next phone call, I don't know.
Radio frequency.
George, what were you working on? There was something you were working on.
I was having lunch, I
And
was ordering pasta.
Listen how bizarre this is. George was at his business meeting talking about the windmill when he received the calls from me.
We did,
Going to 50 again.
we were telling the story about the
Spiking
window.
as we're talking about.
You're
the
knowing
phone
it, so keep going. See? It's saying keep going. Figure out what
It
it
says I'm
is.
on the right track with the phone call.
call. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
what
the key.
what were you thinking?
Should have had pizza or pasta for lunch.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
Is this?
Wow, as soon as we started talking about the phone call, everything started going crazy.
Exactly. There's
It's
more
all about the phone
we're talking
call.
about. So there's more. Give me more.
Right,
Give
it's
it
all
more.
about the phone call.
Well, we also-
And the FaceTime.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, George.
Now that's, see, we talked about, now it's
Okay,
saying,
now we're
okay, we're
going
on the right
FaceTime.
track.
Now we're going, we're evolving.
Yeah,
What else happened?
FaceTime. And I answered the FaceTime call. And I'm going, Tony.
Tony,
And
what were you doing?
I was working right outside that door.
He wasn't doing anything.
On the house.
On what part of the house?
Right there, where as soon as you walk outside that door. On the other house, where you see the construction.
The carriage house.
Have you checked that other part of the house?
For what? What do you mean?
Have you checked it?
But my
Maybe
phone
it was
wasn't
working.
on me, my phone
Doesn't
wasn't
matter.
here.
There's a coincidence between the phone call, it's telling you
No, but
that.
the phone call happened because his
I
phone
know,
was on that
but
staircase.
there's a reason why he was there where he was. Have you gone to that place?
Did you ever store your phone in the Windmill before?
This is the first time.
Yeah, so the first time he ever put his phone,
Have you ever gone in there and seen a red spot?
where?
In there?
Justin had seen it. No, you saw the orb, the white thing that came past you.
When I was in the living room, yeah.
Yeah, he
Do
saw it
you
from
think
the
there's
second
one of
floor.
those in there?
You should almost try an experiment and leave your phone in here again.
We talked about it, but I was a little bit nervous.
I was a little bit nervous.
I didn't know what-
I didn't know what to try.
Tony, you're going to hell.
It's a toll call, oh shit. The bill's going, $3 million, says, hey,
No,
it's expensive for me to decide.
We thought about
Okay,
it.
so it's not responding to what we're talking about. We've gotten off the topic.
I didn't leave it in here after that day, because I was like,
Okay.
I was worried about bothering George, he was on
Yeah.
business.
His
So what
problem-
did George and Tony do to advance this?
I don't know, clearly we were on the right track with the phone call,
Exactly, so.
right? I think going back to that message, maybe there's more in that message that we
Maybe I
don't
missed
know.
something in my phone too with calling you, like maybe there was some kind of record or something that I missed.
Maybe there is.
I didn't
So
search
you
my
go back
phone.
and look at the phone, I'll go back and look at the
Yeah.
See, the
phone.
phone call's important because it's responding to the phone call.
Right.
Right.
Something to do with that phone call.
And the bizarre part is it was a phone call, and I just pushed it to voicemail, I declined the call, sent it to voicemail and left a message. Then 2 minutes later, it's a FaceTime, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like,
You were on it. You said you heard you. What did you say?
What did I say? I can tell you. So, what did I say? Because I heard,
Is it hi, it's me?
no,
What's
it
like
was-
this? We're at 50.
What was it?
That's my hand.
That's his hand.
Yeah,
It's at 50. Okay. So what did you say to you? I mean, did you leave a message?
what?
Yeah, he left a message.
Yeah, I left a message, I'll
So
show you.
you left a message to yourself
From my phone,
from your phone.
When he
What
was-
what did the fucking message
when
say?
he was out at dinner.
That's key. It's obviously the phone call's key. It confirmed to him, because now he's a believer. If he was doubting, he believes it now. But on the other end, it's also you sent yourself a message.
This is what Eric said, here's what I'm hearing, I'm helping me, and there's waking up, and I'll get it.
And if you're
So-
sending a message to yourself, you're helping yourself, I'm helping me, would make sense.
Help me.
Right, there's no question that's helping. Right?
Helping me.
No, but that's help me, that's the girl, that's
Yeah,
the lady
girl's
that's
now,
in here.
But there's another message there. Yeah, here, help.
Yep, there's no question, I mean, there's no, that's eerie, that's a woman coming. I mean, help me, I mean, I don't know, I mean, and the first part of it was,
And just the fact that it has voices, I mean, the phone was in here, how did it pick up
Right.
voices? Like, the actual voices, it's just really weird.
Well, your phone was,
Well, guess what? It picked up his voice, and he said to go to 50, and it went to 50. So it can hear everything you say.
right,
So it's basically a microphone in here.
yes,
So anything you say, it can hear, or they, or whatever,
Right.
can hear. So the key now is to figure out how to put it all together so that you can communicate to it directly.
directly. There's gotta be some kind of frequency or some energetic,
On the Atlas
like you
experiment,
say, maybe,
what you see are the proton scale
magnetic.
accelerator.
It's gotta be a way.
oh, here we go, this is what I came up with. So to me, when I put it on my computer, it says, hi, it's me, I'm just waking up, I'll deal with it.
Huh.
And that's, was that you?
nope,
No. Hi, it's me, I'm just waking up, I'll deal with it. Then the breathy help me.
Huh.
So, yeah, hi, it's me, I'm just waking up, I'll deal with it. Which sounds like exactly something I'd say too. I'm just waking up, I'll deal with it. So I have no idea, I mean, but there could be more in that audio.
I think there's more there.
That's what I'm thinking, that message, maybe that's on the surface and then peeling it back. There could be a novel or something in there, but who knows?
Is that spot still there?
Very faint now,
Yeah, that's bizarre.
it's very small.
I mean, nothing's changed,
No.
and yet we have,
Unless its energy is running low and.
Exactly. And it's done what it's supposed to do. You know now what to do, George. You gotta figure it
Probably
out.
the smallest I've seen it.
You can put it together, George. You just gotta put it
well, it
together.
makes sense that it would take an amount of energy, and there would like be a burst, right, to get there, and then it would have to contract, because you can't leave it open for a long
Exactly.
time.
Well, think of how much energy that is.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's gonna be like equal to a nuclear power plant.
I think the most interesting thing I've seen today was when you started talking about that phone call, everything started acting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely on
There's gotta
mine.
be some kind of connection, George, with what's going on.
It's all about the phone call, so what I think is,
Nuclear power plant.
I wanna get together with one of my clients
Radioactive?
and have them put it through their audio stuff.
Magnetic.
They have those other EVPs, I've been waiting for that
Magnetic.
seance.
George, you jumped over 50 on magnetic. It's magnetic. Okay, remember how I said your tuning fork? Remember when I said your tuning fork? And you go, how did you know that? And I go, why did they come to my head? 1.28
Yeah.
megahertz. I didn't even know anything about tunes.
So we're saying magnetism now,
We're saying magnetism is the only way to do this.
so magnets.
It's magnets.
Is it
It's
magnets?
magnets.
Is it magnets? Operate the device if it's magnets. Are we supposed to be looking at magnets?
Magnetic energy.
Is it magnetic energy?
Not nuclear. We can't get nuclear energy. This should be like, what's his name?
We can get a whole bunch of
Plutonium, it's not happening.
fire detectors.
We could hold a Marty McFly.
Do we need energy to open this?
You can answer it.
I think it would be natural energy if it was anything. Because obviously, I mean, this is natural, and the question is, how do you harness it, how do you focus it? And that, I think that's really what they're getting at, because look at I mean, any of the Mayans and all that, where they said they have the stargates and they're built out of stone, there's just some kind of amplification piece that's missing that allowed them to do whatever they did.
So what do you think it is?
I have no idea. I
What do you think?
can listen to the message,
All right?
right? I think that's what we learned today is.
Do you think
listen to
maybe
the
it's
phone
Yeah,
call.
you really need to get that to someone, have them
Right, have them see us.
dive deep into that.
But to help me is clearly,
The help me is clear, it's what may be under your possible words.
right, exactly.
Between
Yeah.
the lines.
But the help me is clear as day, I mean,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
so,
So there's
But
a
how-
female in here that's needing
Trapped.
help. Yeah,
but what,
which we knew anyway.
well, but we're thinking that she's a ghost. What if she's not a ghost, but some kind of alternate dimensional traveler? Right? And she's
Yeah.
reaching out to say, help me. I'm
Maybe she's
stuck.
saying, help me to come through.
I'm stuck. I'm in limbo. Right?
Yeah.
I'm in limbo, and somehow she connected the two, and that's why your phone didn't register it, because the other Tony's phone called me, because the likelihood of some guy from India spoofing my phone with your message, and leaving a message and calling me, trying to FaceTime me
No,
on a
it's not.
spoof, doesn't even make any sense.
And they don't even spoof with FaceTime either.
No, it doesn't even make any sense. It's like, why would you do that? So it definitely is the phone. I think that piece is legitimate.
Yeah, but what would be, I mean, the electronics, of course, are the connecting points. But it's transmitted how? How are they transmitted from phone to phone?
Right. What made it, right? How did it go through the system?
And how did it know to go to George's phone, of all people?
Because
George.
it was calling me.
I'm just saying, we need a physicist that
Didn't
knows.
call
You really do.
It
We
didn't call
need a
anybody else
physicist,
on
we
the
need the broad.
podcast.
We gotta get the broad out here. We gotta get her out here. She's the only one. She's right here, she's an hour away. It's not like she's gotta fly 50 miles or 100
You
miles.
call up someone, you say, look, oh yeah, I have an issue, what is it? Well, I got a phone call
Okay.
from a phone that didn't dial
But
me.
you know what? Let's just put it this way, if that was your passion, and you really believed in this shit, let's be honest. I don't find studying chemical formulas or physics, fascinating, it's okay, but I wouldn't spend 24 hours a day like this woman. She has no kids, no life. She spent her whole life doing this. So why wouldn't she come here? We have to get her here. I just feel that's the key.
Because she's not used to, because it doesn't make any sense to her that it can actually exist.
So, but it didn't make sense to anyone else that they existed, right?
But if you're watching, of course, the TV programs, you need a physicist who's willing to expand their brain. You know, she may be locked. She's an instructor. Maybe she's just locked there. But you need someone like Nakamichi, what's his name?
The guy with the sound?
No.
You know the guy
Yeah,
with the sound?
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about, Yellowstone going off and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Michi Kaku.
Kaku, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who's willing to expand and not poo-poo.
Yeah, but how are we gonna get a guy like that? He's fucking famous and like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna come out.
If he could go and meet the other version of himself, he'd be even more famous, wouldn't he?
Yes,
He would. But how do you convince them
Send him
that?
an email.
Yeah.
How do you convince them that
Nothing to lose.
on an email or a quick phone call? You got something here, George. I know you. I said it from day one. I knew you did.
Do you think the well is connected with anything, George?
The well is a fake thing. They did the well because
No, I think the well is, water conducts electricity.
yeah.
So that could be like a big energetic reservoir.
It could be.
Yeah,
that could
but
be
I'm saying it wasn't what a well. It was used for something else. It was their purpose.
Almost a battery storage.
Yes, it was their energy source or whatever the hell it is, and they were using it for that. And think about it, it would have been primitive back then, so they couldn't have stuck out. Whoever knew this was so far advanced that, I mean, think about it.
Well, we forgot it. They weren't advanced, they were just the norm. And we've been, that information's been taken from us.
Well, why did they choose here? They
Right.
choose here because they could get away from all the other people that were around. They wanted to come here. They didn't want to live in Salem Village, right? They wanted to be here. They didn't choose Boston or Salem, right? That's where everybody lived.
Yeah.
Whoever chose to be outside, wanted to be outside,
There's nothing that should be triggering that.
wanted to be outside of Salem and Boston. They chose to be here. So they actually chose to be here. This was
Did you
their,
put the device, anything?
That same red spot, so it's bigger than it was before.
Take another photo.
there's more to the people that came here. You're right.
Right, there's a reason they built exactly where it is. I mean, I'm convinced of that.
Now, they were from Salem?
No.
No,
Oh,
I'm saying they
okay.
didn't decide to go to Salem, right? Think about it. Most people lived in Salem, Danvers, or the Boston area, right? These people migrated up here very quickly. Like,
They've been up here, the Browns were up here forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they decided, hey, I don't want to be around the regular people. I want to be up here. What can I do up here? Well, endless.
I mean, there's nothing, there's no shadow, there's no light, there's no difference of anything, and this thing's being triggered.
So think about it. They could do things
Both
that,
red spots are big.
if they were in Salem, people would have saw them.
Right.
But whatever they did up here, there was no one to keep an eye on them. And nobody stumbled on people's property. Because you wouldn't have done that back then.
How long did the Browns own the property? Do you know?
No, even before, there was another house built on the property before this one. So they actually knocked it down and built this big house here. Yeah.
So this Brown guy is triggering something here.
Well, we're talking about it, so obviously this is
So this Brown guy isn't Brown. There's something, they might have been Brown, but I think he's something else. Do you see what I'm saying? He came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Probably married a woman, lived his life, but this was his little playland, buddy.
You think he's a time traveler?
He's something. He's not. He enjoys us talking about it, right?
Well, that's bizarre, that's bizarre that this thing is being triggered and nothing is.
By the way, how do you know he didn't go into this thing? He opened it himself and he left.
Then maybe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now we need to know,
Well, perhaps there was a touch of witchcraft somewhere.
Could be.
or that's what they called it, because when you're abnormal,
Well, right, he
When you-
may have done
Right,
it
not witchcraft,
naturally.
Exactly.
right, but
Nature.
not
if
witchcraft.
all
like-
four of us went back right now, 300 years, trust me, they'd be putting us on a stake.
Oh, yeah,
They'd be
absolutely.
frying us. They'd be like, what the hell are those glasses? They'd be looking
Yeah.
at everything about us. They'd be like, what's that shit in your teeth? We have fillings and all that. They'd be like, there's something wrong with you guys.
But yeah, I mean.
This
it was-
Brown is more. You need to read more about this Brown guy because he built this thing Why did he build this thing?
Well, this is like Skinwalker Ranch then, right? You know how Skinwalker Ranch?
Yes.
Oh,
Now that's a guy you ought to get in touch with.
but that's
See it to respond to that.
Right, exactly what I said it, like Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
So my
So
question
then
now
it
is,
went off.
why,
And they talk about those portals and everything.
Yes.
So that's,
can I ask something? Do
That's
you
a
have any
rip in
documents
space.
around? Like, did he leave anything around?
nothing.
Any writing scripts or anything? It's sure it's not in that little pink ass library we got?
I don't think so. Well, he wrote the books about Hampton Falls.
So somewhere in those books of Hampton Falls, there must be
code?
something.
You ought to get in contact.
Okay, did that answer your question?
with Skinwalker.
Did that just answer your question? It's basically telling you now what to do.
There's code in the books. It's like what is it, National Treasure? There's code.
Yeah.
It's coded in the
It's really
books.
not code, it was left for you. It was meant to be all along, right?
So how do I crack the code?
Well, you figure it out, what do you want me to do? I can't do it.
Maybe it's in the voicemail.
No, maybe it's as obvious as
No,
you read it.
maybe it's in the voicemail.
Yes.
That when we dissect the actual words, to get
Seems like that too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think there's something in that book. And I think you need
There's
to go
two
to
books.
town hall and I think.
I have it. It's on my website.
Okay, then you need to reread
It's
it
as close as my computer.
and figure out there's something in there. I think there's a hidden message or something in there. And that's the key to opening this. I think that's where he went. When he died, where was he buried?
On the other side of the town, on Mason Road.
Are you sure of that?
I'm not gonna zoom them.
I'm just saying. How do you know he didn't into that hole?
Yeah, we have no idea. If he's real legitimately somewhere.
See what I mean? There's a reason why he built this. I'm telling you now, there's a purpose. And it's interesting.
Other than running water.
Running water. Well, he knew exactly what it
Well,
was.
he could have had, I mean, why would you
Can
build
I ask that
this?
question? How would he know about ley line? You'd have to be advanced.
No, 'cause that's what they did back then to find water, right? They were out there with the
Dowsing
divers.
rods, yeah.
Yes, but I'm saying he was advanced, much more advanced than the average person was.
Well, he was a huge agriculturalist, so he knew the land. That's UNH. He's got the UNH agricultural school that was built. That was him.
He had something more than that, bud. He knew.
Right.
Yeah, see? He knew.
So there's
Read it.
definitely,
I think you need to read it. I think
There's
you're
a
gonna
code.
find the key. You're gonna find it. It's
but
gonna.
every fourth word and every fifth page.
You're saying it now, but it may be. I don't know. I think he left you a map. He left you something.
A message.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
I mean, do you see anything on the thermal? Nothing.
No, I can't understand why that goes off like that.
I think it's telling you where to go.
Well, why did
It's
his,
just-
answering
Exactly. We
all
just,
the questions.
Exactly. There's only so much more we can do. We can bring this all the time. He gave the 50, now we're done. Now you need to do the next part. You need to figure out what it is to open that thing up. I'm sure it's not as hard as you think, because you're right. They didn't have uranium. They didn't have magnet shit. There must be a way to open it up without it.
right, exactly.
So maybe it's in those little literature shit that you're talking about, and bingo, we got a winner. That's all.
that. Seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going, but
You guys ever read Stephen King books? He talks about portals all the time.
He's never experienced one.
He talks about it like he.
Maybe he has.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if he's got like first-hand knowledge
Dude,
of
he might
his
have
writings?
He's still up in Maine.
Yeah.
He might come down.
I mean, he writes about them in every single book. He writes about portals.
Let me find out where the fuck he is.
Well, like what was that? What was the one? The Mist,
the mist, yeah.
right? The Mist.
Yes.
Where they came to it from another reality or
Yep.
another universe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. one.
Watchtower, his new series, The Watchtower, it's all about portals.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. What's the Watchtower?
It's about a guy who wanders around through portals.
What channel is it on?
It's a book. It's a series, a book.
Oh,
It's like 7 books in a series.
oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. I read them all. They're pretty good.
Oh, really? That's interesting. And really, the guy, he goes through portals.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Essentially a time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah, or dimensional travel.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of his writings are about dimensions and time travel, and he talks about it like he must know something about it.
All right, George, what do you want to write?
To whom?
I'm gonna write to Stephen King right now.
I'm gonna write to Stephen King right now.
Right here. I got it.
I'll send him a link, we can send him a link of this video, I'll post this on YouTube and say, what do you think of this? This is legit.
Okay, I'm gonna
Look,
send it.
wait, look, the lights is going
Oh my
on.
God, if we could get Stephen King here.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you now, George.
And he's gonna go, there's no way they're serious, there's no way. And it's like, yeah, I'm dead serious.
He just donated one of his houses in Maine for writers to go and write to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he donated just for writers to go and.
You got his contact.
There we go.
You all set. I think it
You know your books?
It's
Now,
almost-
I live your books.
It's almost as,
Well, it's telling you to advance yourself.
yeah.
That's, I would think that's saying that you're on the right track.
Exactly.
But what the hell do you think, that he's got knowledge, or is he just?
It doesn't matter. We're on the right track. You're moving ahead.
How does he
The
write about
positive-
such detail?
Second of all, he might have a
Yeah.
friend, a best friend, who might know all this shit. Like you said, he's writing books on it, right? If he doesn't know that someone's giving him some advice, maybe that's the guy.
So remember with George, remember his story with the little kid
Yeah.
that he talked to? See,
Yeah.
I'm convinced, right? I told you that story, right?
Yeah.
The Mason who works for me, and he
Yeah.
met the little boy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy, because he met him and he had a conversation with him. But he didn't think that he was a spirit or anything like that. And he described him perfectly. It was definitely the little kid, and he had a conversation with him, and he turned around and he was gone.
And this is a rough and rugged Mason guy who don't make up.
And he
stories.
had no knowledge, well, he had no knowledge of anything. So he didn't know about anything to be able to even if he tried to make it up, he didn't know about anything to make it up.
Right.
And then he was telling his girlfriend, this little gay foreign exchange student came up and talked to me. She goes, at 10:30 in the morning on a school day?
You wrote about the mist. If
No.
he did the mist, then he knows about this shit. If he doesn't know it, someone he knows. So I think you're on the
But
right
he
track.
talks about all of his
Even
books.
if he doesn't know it, it could be planting another idea for
Exactly.
George.
You gotta keep moving ahead. You can't stop. You gotta keep going.
What if that was Stephen King? I'd be like, yes. You did.
No, look,
Hey,
So that's
so
all
with
I
an
do.
email, right? What's the
Just
worst he can do? Shoot you
send
down.
Who'll read it?
Yeah.
You know, whatever, he may just delete it, or he may
You
say,
sit up
but
there.
he said, oh, they can't be serious, there's no way, and it's like, trust me, the shit that I've
No, he
seen.
might have the curiosity
Yeah.
like
I've
a
been
cat and
within
saying,
an
shit,
imagination,
it's only
yeah.
4 hours away. I might take a drive from Bangor, come down and see this guy.
Yeah.
He'll probably go to your website. He'll probably see that you're a real McCoy. And he'll say, what the fuck? This might even give him a new idea for a book.
there you go.
It is a book,
It is a book.
it is a book.
Yes,
Oh my God,
absolutely
yes.
I mean, it is, there's no question it's a book, but I'm gonna write the book, because it's my story.
You better get started. You
Well, what
got
if you
a
co-authored with
long
You
story.
get quicker. You get there quicker if you co-authored with him.
I call it.
Then you have a movie.
No, I think George is right. This is something he needs to write. It's his story.
Yes,
Yes.
his experiences, even though people have been with him.
Well, even with
It's
the
all
sad
about
thing,
him.
where
Exactly.
I randomly find a pumpkin coach that appears in one of the messages that I got, I find that. I mean, they saved his life with 20 minutes to go. I mean, like, all these, it's beyond coincidence.
You got some weird
It's beyond coincidence.
Yes, it is.
Get back to how he
I'm in the
lived.
ballroom, and now I build the ballroom. I mean, it's everything, it's everything that I've seen from the future. It's
Like
that-
what you're saying, dude.
That's why I can go finding it, it just comes to me. It falls in, it just comes.
Listen to this story. The fact that I'm even in here right now. Okay, real fast story short. I had a fire in Pittsburgh. I lost everything. Came here. George put one ad on Craigslist for someone to be employed here as a carpenter or something.
After my friend told me how to do it,
Within half an hour, I responded to that ad, and I was the only one that responded to that
and
ad.
the ad's still up.
And I started my
And no one's ever responded since.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
and I just
So-
moved here from Pittsburgh.
All of this,
It all
it's all
coincided.
meant to be.
Yeah.
There's no coincidence.
And when I get here, George just tells me, we've been waiting for you. And I was like,
Yeah,
and now it makes sense. I mean, I actually believe that I came here for a reason.
yeah,
And that George is part of that reason.
yeah.
It's all meshing somehow. I really believe that.
One giant
And
convergence.
so your phone call could call me, like 3
Yeah,
weeks
that's-
ago.
That's
Yeah.
just an amazing piece. There's,
But like you said, your shit is amazing and no one talks about it.
But it's so surreal, it's like you can't even believe it. That I'm getting phone messages from a phone that is coming up on my caller ID, who's calling me, but yet his phone has no record of calling me and leaving me messages.
Nothing at all. Not
And
even.
there's no malfunction before or afterwards.
And even
And no one touched it.
the FaceTime, my last FaceTime was to my brother, and it has a log. But it has no logs of anything else, of his thing.
That makes no sense.
No,
And I wish I left the FaceTime open, because it was just like,
Jeez, imagine if you did.
it was weird, it was just, and you could see movement in the screen, so I'm like, what the hell? But it was complete darkness, but you could see like all this like stuff happening, and it's like, okay, this
So
is
you actually got a picture on your
darkness, but it was just like, you know how like when you film the darkness, you've got the light in the dark and that kind of motion. So that's what I had. So it was just very bizarre, and I hung up on you. Because what the hell's he doing?
And I know you're going to a business meeting, why would I bother you?
Because I'm thinking,
Five times in a row.
bring back something, yeah, it's like,
I would have texted you real
well,
fast.
I texted you back, I go, what's up, what do you need?
Jesus.
You know, that's just,
And then you must have called Dave, because he turns to me when we were outside, he goes, George says you keep calling him. And I'm like, Dave, my phone's in the window right now.
yeah, that was bizarre. Yeah, then I sent you a picture of my screen, saying you didn't call. It's like, okay, I got 3 Miss Tony calls, and I answered one of them, and sent me a text message.
I think you got,
And I've never done that before you ever, the whole time I've known you. I've never blown up your phone like that.
It was just weird. Thinking,
this might be
okay,
the biggest thing since the shit crashed in Roswell.
yeah, truly. You know, you can have a gateway to another dimension that people are coming in and out of, or
Wait.
trying to come through.
Well, we know
Who's the one who
that.
wrote Stargate?
I don't know what it's like.
That's another one.
S.G. Wells or something? I think.
No, I don't understand.
Whoever wrote Stargate knows about this too.
So,
You got it, George. You just gotta put it together. That's all you gotta do.
because you can think about it, if you were a space traveler, right, you're certainly not going to travel through open space, you're going to travel through some space,
Oh, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Because you can get there in a moment.
And it would be a highly guarded secret too, because you want to protect that. I would.
Well, then there's also that prime directive. If you do think about it, it's true. If you tamper too much with civilization, if all of us went back right now, think of what we could do, fuck up society.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
So there has to be a...
Like the Mandela effect,
Yes, like the Mandela effect.
right?
If we go back in time, we step on a butterfly, like the butterfly, then we change things too. That butterfly didn't live, that butterfly might have been food for a bird, that bird might have been food for, you see what I
Yeah.
mean? So and just the antigens in us. All the vaccines we have in us, that's great, it protects us, but it don't protect the people we want in the back to.
Yeah.
They would automatically get smallpox, because we actually have the smallpox
Right.
virus in us, although it's inert,
Yeah.
it's still in us. So, there's a little more to this than there is, but I still think it's you.
I think there's a lot more to this than,
Yeah, but I think it's you. I think that phone call's very important. I think it's more than you
Well,
think.
the little box says so.
do you still talk with Steve?
Steve, oh,
That's a-
I haven't talked to him for a while.
No?
Yeah.
Well, this has been some shit today.
Well,
Every
can you
time I
send
go-
me a copy of your file, and I'll send you a copy of my video, we'll swap.
I learn something new every time I come here.
Right, we'll swap and we'll see.
Absolutely.
We'll both
Whatever
work
I
on
get,
it.
if, I get anything on audio, I'll make sure you get
We'll just
it
give you the
all.
whole data, so give me the whole clip, just,
Okay.
and I'll give you my whole file.
All right,
I'll drop it to you.
and then maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll get together and work on the camera.
That'd be good, that'd be good.
And
I'd like
then-
to do it at night or something, and we can do it, I'd like to go out in the back and see that mound and see if we capture anything.
Yeah?
Can I ask something
Because
else?
that mound is gonna be a burial mound or something.
Can you work on another type of way of reading that?
Like what?
Figure out another light source. You know how there's different light sources? There's like,
The UV, I'm convinced it's UV. I'm convinced there's something about ultraviolet light that's gonna show everything. I bought all these UV
oh shit,
lights.
I gotta go. But I got a light that actually might be able to see it. I have shortwave, long-wave light.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a
That
device that can read
that
it.
might work.
Would it be wild if we saw something you didn't see?
Yes. that would
But
be
I
good.
need it at night. I gotta see it at dark.
Yeah.
It won't work unless it's dark in here. It's gonna be pitch dark.
Okay, it's easy.
It gets dark.
Yeah,
All right,
that's easy.
I'm out.
Rock and roll.
Thank you guys.
It sure
Awesome.
has been awesome.
It blew my mind,
Yeah.
man. Now, if you guys get missing, what do you want me to do? Something comes, swallows you up there after I leave, I turn around and you're gone, I'm like, oh shit!
Don't worry, I'm too big, they're not gonna take me.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That was, that
Good to
was,
see you.
thank you. Very interesting, guys.
Yes, it is.
George,
Chris,
all
we'll see
you,
ya.
buddy.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. Wow.
Where'd my little plastic bag go?
Right here.
Record.